Hi, so I wanted to talk about I'm starting to move some of my cold tolerant plants outside. My cilantro, Brussels sprouts, and broccoli. The ones I started inside anyway. I've got to make room for the bell peppers are getting ready to come, and then I'm going to start my indeterminate tomatoes, and then I'm going to winter sow after the last frost date my determinate tomatoes. Or even maybe slightly before then, but either way, I plan on winter sowing them. But I'm going to do my indeterminate tomatoes next, excluding the cherries, because I think I'm going to try to grow the cherry tomatoes down in the in-ground garden this year. Make more space up here for the slicers and pastes that I like to grow that are indeterminate. So I wanted to talk about hardening off. When plants are grow light grown, they're not used to UV rays, so you have to harden them off. So putting them out in a shady area for a while works really well, or giving them daylight like half hour the first day, 1 hour the second day. Then you just keep increasing it for a little over a week or two. So I'll probably end up doing a little bit of mix of that, doing lazy method, leaving them in the shade, and or increasing daylight. So I just stuck them out this afternoon. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. This is east facing porch with shade in the summertime. And that's just where they're going to be at for a couple days. I did want to say that I did spray my fruit trees again today, and then my pump went out, so I don't know if it could be fixed or if I got to get a new one. I don't know. So it's a very lazy, cloudy Sunday, and I got a lot of my chores done, so I can enjoy a lazier day. Chad's out helping his friend with Jeep stuff, and so I'm going to go start my indeterminate tomatoes now. I went ahead and moved the plants that I am hardening off onto Walter's table, the table over there by the porch swing that I feed them on. So that I know it's gloomy out today, but this is their first day seeing sunlight, so I really wanted to baby them a little bit. Tomorrow it's supposed to rain, and I'll probably just end up leaving them on the railing there all day. But I'm going to pull out indeterminate tomatoes. Mad Hatter, that's a determinate. Those are determinate. Royal paste, indeterminate. Mushroom basket, that's indeterminate. Look, those look pretty close to the same. And basically, I'm going to take you with me on some of these varieties. The indeterminates that I'm going to wait and winter sow is the cherry tomatoes. And if I find indeterminate dwarfs, because I want to grow them down in my in-ground garden, and usually here in Western Kentucky, it's pretty wet springs. And so I am in no rush to get my plants in the ground so that they can just be washed away, because that seems to be a problem where the in-ground garden is. So that's how I'm going to combat that. So I'm kind of bypassing a lot of these tomatoes here because I'll start them later. German Johnson tomato, I've always wanted to try that one. I've heard good thing about German tomatoes. Kellogg's breakfast tomato, I still have some of those. They're not one of my favorite yellow tomatoes, but they're still pretty good. They're very heirloomy and get imperfections pretty easy on them, like dark spots. Cherokee purple, Brandywine pink, Granny Cantrell's one of my favorites. Korean long, Amish paste. That's a lot of tomatoes to start later. Zoytska. That's one of my favorite yellow tomatoes. Paul Robeson. I do not have any more black krim seeds, but Rural King's been selling black krim plants, so I'm not too concerned. I'll just go pick up a plant. And I also got my flower seeds out to see if I can start some marigolds or something perhaps, and maybe some borage and zinnias, and get them all transplanted out. But I don't know if I want to start them under grow lights just because of all the tomatoes I'm getting ready to start. So I'm going to start these tomatoes first, see how much potting soil I got left, because, hello ma'am, I am going to have to order some more cocoa coir. And I'm probably going to get the 10-pack Legigu because it's like $28 for a 10-pack of cocoa coir bits. So it's cocoa coir bricks, not bits. So to me, that's going to be the most cost-efficient way. Because to me right now, it's not any more cost efficient for me to make my own soil with the ingredients that I'm using. And I'm using just like fertilizer, perlite, and cocoa coir, and humic acid. Well, I mean, I'm not using the whole bags of the fertilizer and the humic acid and perlite, right? But just the offset of the cost. If I wasn't going to continue doing this, I would just go to Rural King and get a bag of Happy Frog. That would be the most conventional, convenient way. Now, since I do make a lot of potting, I am using a lot of potting soil right now. This will eventually pay off. So, just keep getting those cocoa coir bricks. I also do want to add warm castings and potentially charcoal, and I wouldn't get Falcor. No, don't come here. You're knocking stuff over. Here we go. You're big, okay? Hello. I love you. What was I saying? I don't even remember what I was saying. I remember now. I was just going to say I would not get bags of horticultural charcoal, only because you're just going to pay more. I can't remember who it was, but someone on YouTube showed they get the hardwood lump charcoal from like the grilling section of the store, you know, like the cheap charcoal, and they take it out in their backyard and bust it up on something with a hammer, and then they use that in their mix, and it's the same thing. So you're saving a lot of money by doing that. So I am eventually going to buy a bag of hardwood lump charcoal and do that. I also got my sand too, so if I find that this mixture is still not draining, it's still like causing root rot, not, you know, I'll probably add some sand to it, because sand is a good natural anti-caking agent, and it's just going to help bust that up around the roots and lessen root rot. So, so I guess instead of watching me plant, start tomatoes and ramble on about them, I'll just talk about these varieties a little bit. I mean, clearly you can see where I've got them from. I'll just read the back of the package for you. That way I don't have to try to hold them like here straight and you guys read and pause or whatever. I've grown this, I don't know how many years, more than 2 or 3. I don't think last year I got a Paul Robeson though. A Russian variety lovingly named for the famous opera singer Paul Robeson. Amazing flavor that is so distinctive, sweet and smoky, 7 to 10 ounce fruit, is of red brick color. And this to me tastes really close to the black krim. It's a really good tomato. German Johnson, this I got from a seed swap from the Heartland Homesteaders YouTube picnic in Grand Rivers, Kentucky. This is Royal Paste. Indeterminate, true to its name, Royal Paste reigns supreme among Paste varieties. Vigorous indeterminate plants yield an abundance of uniquely pleated fruits, weighing 4 to 6 ounces. The matte pink tomatoes are meaty with very few seeds, low moisture, and mild acidity, perfect for thick, rich sauces and pastes. With its exceptional productivity and its beautiful fruit, this variety more than earns its crown as king of the paste tomatoes. Well, we will find out. Okay, we will find out, because I do like the Korean long, and then of course Amish paste. Come on, doesn't like an Amish paste? All right, mushroom basket. The mushroom basket tomato is an heirloom variety known for its unique, heavily ribbed appearance and vibrant pink-red color. This large beefsteak tomato can weigh up to 1 pound, making it perfect for slicing and adding to salads or sandwiches. Its flavor is rich and sweet with a meaty texture that's ideal for fresh eating or cooking. They require staking or caging due to their vigorous growth and heavy fruit. Ajojska. This Russian heirloom produces an abundant crop of up to 40 to 50 tomatoes per plant. I will say it is pretty productive. Bears the perfect balance of acidity compared to other yellow tomatoes. The flavor has a slight hint of citrus and sweetness, perfect to grow from coast to coast, great for canning, slicing, or salads. I really did like this yellow tomato, Ajojska. Ajojska. Dang Russian words. Okay. The Amish paste. From an Amish community in Wisconsin, giant, blocky, plum-shaped tomatoes have delicious red flesh, perfect for paste and canning. Kellogg's Breakfast. It doesn't say anything on the back of the Haas Tools package. Korean Long. Okay. 85 to 90 days, and the days to fruit, that's what the days it's telling you how long till harvest is after the date of transplant when you'll expect fruit, they're saying. But that's typical because remember last year when I grew those really early tomatoes, I had really early fruit set. So okay, anyway, unique, tasty, and versatile sauce or slicing tomato with meaty flesh and superb flavor. Long pinkish red fruit have a slightly curved pointed nose or tail and range between 6 to 14 ounces with some heart-shaped. A productive and reliable crack-resistant paste tomato. I will say all those things are true about this tomato, and I've grown it and purchased it several times. Well, a couple times now. I've purchased it 2 or 3 times. I just really like the tomato. Granny Cantrell, my new favorite slicer tomato. Named after Letty Cantrell, who received them from returning World War II veteran. Through selective breeding in eastern Kentucky, she crafted this highly productive variety, and it is good. It tastes like the perfection of summer garden tomatoes to me. Okay, it says, boo-hoo grocery store tomatoes, y'all suck. Brandywine Pink. Oh my gosh, do I have any green and cantrells left? I better, or I'm going to have to put another seed order for sure. Oh, good, I got some. And they were last year's seeds, so they should all germinate really well. Like, I think nightshade seeds germinate for me about 4 or 5 years, and then I'll start saying you're probably not doing very good no more. Time to get a new stash. All right, Brandywine Pink. If you ever seen a photo of a tomato that is bigger than a slice of bread, then this is the variety that can pull it off. The pink Brandywine produces all season long and weighs 1 to 2 pounds on average. It is sweet, creamy, and has little seeds, making it perfect for sandwiches, tomato soup, pasta sauces, burgers, BLTs, and everything else. Now, I did grow this last year. I can't remember which tomato. I don't remember. So this year I'm going to try to do a better job. And this is why I said I'm going to grow my cherry tomatoes out in the in-ground garden this year, because I just don't have enough room, and I still need more barrels. I still need to cut them in half. I still shovel in more compost. Cherokee Purple. That one doesn't say anything on the back of Haas Tools either. Haas Tools, we like to read the descriptions sometimes on the package. Thank you. Anyway, guys, I'll get to starting these seeds. If I got extras, I'll let y'all know. Anyways, thank you for stopping by on my awesome lazy Sunday. And I love you, and so does Jesus. God bless y'all.